The FIA has confirmed that Red Bull and Aston Martin both broke Formula One's spending cap during the 2021 season. However, it notes that the procedure for deciding upon appropriate penalties has not yet been finalized. Yes, Red Bull again. Red Bull has recently been so much in the news, previously for a dispute with Max Verstappen's dad, and now this. Those who are new here can check out our previous video on Max Verstappen and Red Bull feud. Hello folks, welcome back to our channel F1 Exclusive. Today, we will discuss the violation by Red Bull. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel right now if you haven't already, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss out on any amazing videos. The F1 regulatory body has officially finished its assessment of all teams' financial records from the previous season, and Red Bull and Aston Martin are in violation. Williams, unlike the other 7 teams, has failed to get a certificate of compliance despite having admitted to a procedural infraction. Given that Red Bull's excess spending is less than 5% of the set limit for 2021, the company has been given a small overspend classification. Along with Aston Martin, it has been found to have broken procedural rules. The FIA did not say what the infractions were specifically and stated it was currently determining what action to take. Although it is unlikely to happen here, in some cases even minor violations can result in deductions of championship points. You could be barred from participating in a single or several stages of the competition, but not the race itself, have your ability to conduct aerodynamic or another testing severely restricted, or have your budget capped at a lower level. According to the FIA, none of the infractions warranted a full formal inquiry. All competitors gave their full support in supplying the essential information to analyze their financial status during the first year of the financial regulations, and the assessment of the reporting paperwork submitted has been an exhaustive and thorough process, the company said in a statement. Throughout the entire process, the FIA Cost Cap Administration saw nothing but goodwill and cooperation from all participants. The FIA would further stress that the intervention of the FIA Cost Cap Administration has been confined to assessing the submissions made by the competitors, and that no complete official investigations were open with respect to this first year of the adoption of the financial regulations. Additional information will be given in accordance with the regulations once the FIA Cost Cap Administration has been establishing the proper course of action to be taken under the financial regulations with respect to Aston Martin and Red Bull. After a contentious weekend in Singapore, where news of Red Bull's breach first emerged and team boss Christian Horner insisted Red Bull had spent below the budget cap and made a submission reflecting that the FIA finally confirmed the overspending, much to the frustration of teams in Japan who had been waiting for the FIA's review to be published. Formula One established its first ever spending limit of $145 million in 2021, with additional funding for sprint races and if the number of Grand Prix surpassed 21, which it did as it was a 22-race season. The cost cap allows for some wiggle room, but it still has to cover everything to do with running a race team, including car development. Williams was the first team to be penalized for violating the financial rules, agreeing to a violation that was later accepted and paying a $25,000 fine after realizing it would be late presenting documentation. This is a considerably more severe situation than the FIA's Monday announcement that Red Bull committed a minor infringement. Mercedes and Ferrari made it clear last weekend that the regulation's classification of offenses as major or minor is inaccurate and fails to reflect the advantage that might come with any expenditure. They estimate that spending over the maximum amount will yield significant benefits, as that much would pay for a full season of automobile development or dozens of full-time employees. They also anticipate a 3-season gain from any breach in 2021. Teams were trying to find a happy medium between developing for 2021 and designing and building vehicles for the completely new set of technical regulations that will be implemented in 2022. Mercedes and Ferrari are also concerned that if someone's accounting system allows a breach in 2021, they will likely be overspending in 2022, despite the reduced ceiling of $5 million. For now, we can only wait for what FIA decides as penalties for Red Bull. Till then, let's discuss in the comments section below what, according to you guys, will be punishment enough for the breach. Thanks for watching. Meet you soon with our next video.